And joining me today is the newest Liberty Wrestling recruit, Dante Minnino. Dante, thanks for sitting down with me today.
Thanks for having me, man.
So Dante, give me a little glimpse into your wrestling past. You had a very successful career in high school, and for the last year, you have been in an NCAA program up at Drexel with your twin brother. Kind of talk to me about just that process and just your background with wrestling.
Yeah, I've been wrestling since I was 7 years old. Originally, I played Little League at first, and the coach on that team just kind of gave me an invitation for the wrestling, and ever since then, it's just been I love it. It's I live and breathe it, and I couldn't imagine life without it. I was first couple of years, I was in the rec program, and I was doing township stuff, and about my third or fourth year, I really started getting pretty serious into it. I joined some clubs, and eventually I would join a Pennsylvania club, SEPA. I've been with them for many, many years, and they've been awesome to me. We traveled all across the country and tri-state area, and it was just that I definitely have a lot of success for Pennsylvania wrestling. And then going into high school, I just wanted to make a scene right away. My freshman year, I didn't make the states. I went like 34 and something, and 34 and like 2, and I didn't make the states. I was pretty disappointed, but I really made my mark my sophomore to senior year. I placed 3 times in the states, 7, 4, and 4, and All-American at national tournaments, and competed all around the world. And then just going into Drexel, it was amazing opportunity to be there. I had nothing but respect for the coaches over there. But I'm happy to be down here in Lynchburg with Coach Castro, and I'm excited to get to work.
Well, that's one thing I do want to talk about. You and your brother probably have known Coach Castro for a good portion of y'all's lives. And
for sure.
I know Coach Castro, he really wanted you guys here and wanted Liberty was on your radar, but he really wanted to push you because of your talents to go and compete at NCAA level. Right. So talked about that and just how the relationship with Coach Castro is ultimately what brought you here.
Yeah, no doubt. Me and Coach Castro, our families, went to the same church when I was younger, and he was living in New Jersey. We've always had a really solid connection with him. We've been coming down to Liberty since I was 10 years old, probably, just for summer camps and, just visiting the area. And my parents are in love with the school, in love with the area. I think they've always wanted me to kind of be here. But it was a shame back in, I think, 2011, 2012, Liberty was Division I, and then they were cut for Title IX purposes or whatever, but that was a shame. And, Coach Castro has always just been close to me and as a mentor, and, I've always loved to be down here, but, he kind of understood where my skill level was at, and, he encouraged me to go Division I or a higher level. And, just after the last 2 years, I think something was pressing on me to change and, come down here and start new. I've been wrestling my whole life, and I think any form of wrestling is hard. It doesn't matter if you're Division I or, NWCA. But, I'm excited to be down here, and, I want to hold our team to that Division I, level. I know some great guys on there, some really tough guys, and I'm the new kid in the team. But yeah, I want to make my mark right away with this team.
Well, you've visited Liberty numerous amount of times in your past. Talk to me about one of your favorite aspects about Liberty. I know you're excited to be on the team, but ultimately, what do you think sold you on coming this year and coming and being a part of our team?
I just think the culture down here is just unmatched. I mean, it's, obviously I don't want to get into politics. We're not living in the best of times right now. And, I think right now is, even closer time to draw to God, and just being down here with this environment and the people down here is just somewhere you want to be. It's a great atmosphere, and you're always going to give you have encouragement, and you just want to be around a student body that everybody has the same mindset. Everybody wants to succeed, but everybody at the end of the day, but we want to serve God, and we want to, give all of our glory to Him. So that's definitely a big factor for me coming down here.
Well, the last thing I want to talk to you about, Dante, is just the the respect on the mat that you and your brother both have for each other. I know this year's probably going to be a little different, not being able to wrestle with him and
Sure.
kind of be his fill-in for Drexel, like that I had learned from you. But kind of talk to me about just the respect you have for each other on the mats, and how really and truly, I think your brother was your toughest competition and who kind of helps make you greater, kind of like how iron is iron.
Sure, yeah. Like I said, we've been wrestling together since we were 7 years old. We kind of know each other's style. It's wrestling in the mirror, essentially. And it's really tough to kind of go at each other. I mean, we're very competitive, and we don't like losing to each other at all, especially. But, you know, it's always, you know, toss-up matches, really. It's like, who's going to be able to capitalize on this, you know, a scramble, or, you know, what's going to happen here and there. But, yeah, he's been my training partner my whole life. And, you know, he's doing big things up at Drexel NCAA qualifier this year. So, you know, congrats to him. But, you know, he understands, you know, my decision, my transfer. You know, he loves this school as well. I'm sure if he had the chance, he would love coming down here too. But, you know, I'm ready to start my own journey. I'm going to start my own destiny now. And I'm really, really pumped for this season.
Well, Dante, we're super excited that you have chosen Liberty University for the next 3 to 4 years, but we definitely want you to enjoy the last little bit of time before you have to get ready and dive into classes. It's definitely great to meet you, and hope you stay safe out there, my man.
Thank you. You too, man. Thanks for having me.